All right. All right, we're laying fiberglass on the stringer on the desperado. This is lucky.
Is it people watching it?
Oh, we got one viewer.
Probably the bubble. That was one of the line work from there. Huh? Yeah, yeah. Once I have just one more version of that, we'll get it with enough for you. I'll make sure you way up the next one. the one that's messed up? Yeah, so we need a line at the bottom on the floor. I'll grab this one down. This is F. This is top, right? And it goes up and down. Okay, probably won't go up. Alright, I'll grab that side, you grab the other side. Right? Go now. There's no way to go. Just the line at the bottom of this one? I mean, the top I think is pretty even. Let's just kind of stick it on there and pull. I think that's what this line is for. That's where it goes. I think it's what it is for. It's too long. It's really long on this side. Go along this side, too. Okay. This is the first time I'm going to go to this. I'm going to juke a little. Yeah, pull it out of your side. This one's funky. Yeah. This will be the only one now. What? Yeah. Are you grabbing this scissor? Yep, I'm going out. No, it's not like I'm still like Drinking on a paintbrush, I dropped that one in the dirt. You want another 4-inch? Yeah. Still on the trade. Another one? Yeah,
That's because it's
that
dry.
doesn't have any resin. The other one just got a bunch of crack in it, so I want to be spreading into the ground. Huh? They're not bad. You want to lay a top? You have to just roll with it. Yeah. I think if we just lay that one, it'll probably be okay.
Yeah.
We'll lay that one, and if we need to lay another one, we'll just pencil it short we can.
This paddle should be good.
Do you have any mixed over there?
Yeah.
Who are you? What'd you do? Step on the black ladder? Oh, no. That water loss is slippery. They should wear those booties. Yeah, right, they'll be slipping everywhere. Yeah, I guess so. I guess I can work on a flat floor. I didn't step on the glass, I slipped on something down there. Let me clean that up. Fall down the seam. Fiberglass my arms and my toes. Like the Three Stooges made fiberglass. What's better looking? Alright, don't stop there. Good for your skin. Once that's pure on your skin, it burns. Yeah, I bet. I just spray it all down my arm. It's not getting hot. Yeah, this is a tricky one because it's right where right next to the workstation. Right next to the door we went. And the door went. And you're trapped in here waiting for it to kick off. Alright. Yeah, it looks like it's gelling, but it's the stuff underneath of it. It's the bubbles. Yeah, it's the bubbles in the plastic. Yeah. You really add stuff, but that's fun. You're gonna brush. That, yeah, it's standard on drag. I probably give it a brush. Nothing to do. forehead sweat making mad. Top and okay. I don't think it's make or break. You might not even, I don't know, you might not need it. Most of that's getting cut anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really, actually, yeah, that whole thing's getting cut. It's pretty much, that's almost the line, so
Yeah.
I don't think it's really necessary. It's pretty much all gonna come off. Alright. It's gonna fall up anyway. Three layers. Layer on center. They want you to wave. They give us a wave, Luke. I'm getting the most out of this Tyvek suit, I'll tell you what. What? I said I'm getting the most out of this Tyvek suit. I would not want to be ruining all these clothes. Oh.
This suit because it's got glass curtain curing on it.
How much?
All on the inside of the left arm.
Oh yeah.
I spilled it. Went
You can
like
turn it
up
into a
the-
short sleeve.
Yeah, the tank top.
Been dying for an updated Desperado. Glad to see things are coming.
We have a new Desperado video coming out this Friday, and we're changing it up a little bit. We're going back to a video a week, and I'm trying to give you guys like way more up-to-date updates as we do the project. You know, I was dropped down videos because I was trying to give you guys like videos with big chunks of progress, but it's taking so long that we're just going to go back to video a week, start getting you guys more videos and more updates, and it'll be what it'll be.
Wish I was there with a cold beer in my hand to say I wouldn't have done it that way. That's what I should
We got
do.
plenty of people rolling around here with cold beers in their hands saying the exact same thing.
And I was telling them, that stuff stinks.
Yeah, right? Huh, you don't say. It's great for your skin.
You wipe it down with acetone? Oh, you already did that.
Yeah. But you know what hurts less than acetone? Glass curing on your arm. Whew. Still sticky. How am I still sticky?
You gotta get a new rag. Cause that has like,
Yeah, I know. There's a resin now. Just spread it around thinner. Yep. So this Friday, 8 a.m. we got a new Desperado video. We got a couple more in the tube.
yeah, gets sticky off the bottom of my shoes.
We're going back to a video week, guys.
Man, that's the first time they're hearing about that.
All right.
So we lit up 3 layers and at least the live is on for 44 minutes. Not bad.
3 layers in 44 minutes?
Yeah.
That's good.
We did a little bit of prep work, just get everything ready, but the actual laying, yeah, 44 minutes.
That's really good. The first stringer we laid took us like 5 hours. Because we tried laying up all 3 layers at one time, putting it on there, then it didn't work. It fell off, so then we went to doing it one piece at a time. It took us like 5 hours, and we've been slowly getting faster and faster as we've done it. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half done now. So, like I said, I was trying to do like big chunks in these videos, but it just was taking so long that just like we're just gonna send it. So
Now my other foot's sticky.
yeah, you'll be alright. Just walk around a little bit.
I could have all used with the dirt tack and helped a little bit, but it's so hard to tell.
Duratec?
Dirt. Yeah, dirt type stuff.
The fumes are nice. We wear the full face respirators Because when you're right over it, it's really killer. Like back here, we have the windows open, we have fans, we got ventilation today because it's nice out. So it's not really that bad. But when you're right over top of it, we definitely need the full respirators. And full Tyvek suits for when I slip and fall and dump the whole quart of resin down my arm.
Oh, that might have been because I stepped in first, left a
You're just
slight.
priming it for me.
Yeah.
So we're learning. We don't. This is not like don't do fiberglass. Not a fiberglass guy. So it's been a bit of a learning process. It's been taking a little longer than expected. Appreciate everybody's patience. Excited to get back to a video week as well.
Is this the one that doesn't make your hand sticky?
That's the good one. Well, now we've kind of like blocked ourselves in. Now we're kind of stuck.
Oh, we can.
Do the other side, or
Well, we can jump out there still.
we'll work on the strong jacks today.
Okay.
Yeah,
Floats your boat. Now, when we do the other side, I want it to be like the last time we walk out, because that whole area attracts dirt.
Yeah.
So that's, I don't want to be walking out anymore.
Do we have templates for the other side of this?
Yeah,
Is that it for templates?
that's it. Until we get more glass in.
These ones are just easy though.
Yeah, they're just like
They're
these.
just straight.
So they're
straight
big.
lines. Yeah, we might have to lay those in multiple pieces.
No, we're doing that one piece.
One giant piece.
It's just the same as these, just.
We're gonna lay that out. Longer than that, ain't it?
I mean, we can wet on the table and go a little bit dry, and then do it the slow way.
It's gonna be another learn. That's a whole nother video. Sweet. You want to see if there's any questions that people have before?
Yeah, there's. Why don't you come over and read it? There's a bunch of people saying stuff.
Well, I can't read it. If I read it, I'm behind the camera.
Okay. There's a lot.
Q&A here for a minute.
There's. Oh my God. There's a lot. Oh my God.
Just ask the current ones.
Oh.
I feel like I'm on trial.
All right. How many more?
How many more stringers? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 really long ones that are twice the size of these and taller up forward. We have the other half of this one. So we have all 4 in the stern done, and this midship done, and this other midship half done.
This guy says you use old crab shells for your respirator inserts. It's an old crabber trick.
Yeah. It filters out all the chemicals.
What's the plan with the ceiling? Which ceiling?
Ceiling, meaning the deck. Our plan is we made all the stringers tall. We're gonna get all the stringers, we have them bedded. Now we're glassing each side. And then we're gonna have to do a little tying in to a couple of these that overlap. And then we're gonna get Kusa board and cut strips of it, laminate them into deck beams. And then cut the stringers even across the top, lay deck beams in between them, glass those in, and then the ceiling will be Kusa board poly bonded onto the top of the stringers and the deck beams. That's the plan at least. The plan keeps changing. as we have things that work on paper and that don't work as well on in real life.
Well, there's a touchy subject question.
What?
Did the Weibo sell?
I wish the Weibo sold. I gotta make a video and put that up. So we sold the Weibo at auction. We went through an auction company and everything. Did everything like the right way. And it sold at auction, and then the buyer backed out. Didn't even come look at it or anything, just backed out. So we're like, all right, that's super annoying, but we'll get the next guy in line. The next guy in line also backed out, and then the third guy in line also backed out. So like, I don't even know why you would bid on a boat if you don't have any intention of actually buying it, but we had the three top bidders apparently had no intention of actually buying it and all backed out, so we still have the repo.
And they weren't just the top bidders, but they were bidding against each other.
Yeah, they were all three bidding against each other to get it, over the reserve, and all three of them had bids over the reserve, and then all three didn't want to buy it. So, like, I don't know if people just thought it was fun to bid on it or what, but we still got her.
Are you going to be fishing in the Desperado this year?
I hope so, but I don't know. I mean, we are working as hard as we can. We've been in here every day doing this, like taking it from engine, deck, everything out, all the prep work, which took forever. We spent like a month and a half doing just prep work, and then figuring all this out from nothing. We're doing the best we can. I hope we are, but we might be setting crab pots in the Southern Girl, picking them up with the Desperado, hopefully. We also have the engine getting rebuilt.
Yeah, someone just asked, where'd the engine go?
Yeah, the engine, we took the engine out and it's getting rebuilt right now. So the engine is getting close to being done, actually. So hopefully by the time we get our stuff in order, we'll have the engine so we can test fit and build new bedding. And we literally got to do everything. All the bedding was pretty roached, and it's like everything from the ground up.
What else we got in here? All those questions are coming in right after another. It was easy. Has Lindsay taken your credit cards away from you yet?
Depends on who's asking. It is not a cheap endeavor, I will say that.
Oh, Wayne the boat guy's here. He said hi.
What's up, Wayne?
He said hi to me, not you.
Oh.
Hey, Wayne.
What's up, Wayne the boat guy?
What else? What else?
Wayne's our other town boat guy around here.
Well, this guy said you can fit dual cat engines in here.
Yeah, I've seen 42 holes unlimited with duals, but not many of them. And I don't want nothing to do with twin engines. One engine's headache enough. I don't want to have to keep two pieces of equipment running.
Quite a few people talking about the name of the boat.
I do think I'm going to change the name of the boat because, getting into it, it's going to be a brand new boat. Well, brand used boat by the time we're done. So, I mean, I feel like it deserves a new name. I have some ideas, but I'm going to keep them to myself for right now.
They want to know who you took the engine to.
My buddies at Hills Marine helping me out. I've known them since I was in school. They're local guys, so they're helping me out.
Can this guy still buy the Weibo?
Sure. I get it.
Where can he email you?
I don't know. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. What's his name?
Ski Nerd.
Great.
These live videos would be awesome if extra comment reader was along. What am I doing?
You're taking 3 years.
Hey.
He's not a fast reader, all right? He's better
Yeah.
at fiberglass than he is reading. Cut him a little slack.
Oh, well, that's actually kind of a cool one. Do you think it's bad luck to change the name of a boat?
Okay, so this is something that I've looked into. First of all, I've never really believed in a ton of bad luck. Knock on wood. I know that's a little contradictory what I just did there, but I mean, I eat bananas on the boat all the time for lunch, stuff like that. But I've also looked into like the entire ritual to unname and rename a boat, and I think it would actually be kind of a funny video if we did the entire thing just sort of in the white, in like a white trash way to rename it. It'd be fitting.
Oh, this guy wants to know, how are you? How was your health?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I messed up my knees in a video a couple weeks ago shooting a video, but feeling pretty good right now. So recovering. Appreciate you asking about it.
It's not always about the boat. Sometimes about you.
Right? I'm good. I hope you're in good health. Not feeling much of these fumes anyway. So.
Wayne wants to know if you want to come work on the whaler. Oh, come out on the whaler.
Come out on the whaler.
When you're ready for a break, you want to come out in the whaler.
Bring her down, dude.
Set us the bridge. What the bridge? Is that the house?
Is it?
Say what the status of the... Oh, the key bridge.
The key bridge, yeah.
Oh.
So, actually, I know that they are starting the deconstruction of the key bridge, like the rest of it. So, I mean, that's something. That's good. Pretty good government time.
We'll be ready for crabbing season. I don't know if I've said that one yet.
The boat or the bridge? Bridge, no. Boat, we're trying. We're giving it a shot. We're trying. Big job.
Apparently they released plans today for the bridge.
What else we got?
I'm looking...
Now's your time.
Yeah, ask away. Ask him a zodiac sign if you want. I don't know. He doesn't even know.
I don't even know.
How warm is Maryland right now?
Today's the warmest day we've had in weeks. It's probably like 45, 50.
It's probably about 50 and the sun's out.
50. Yeah, the sun is out, which makes a big difference.
It's 61 in the boat with no heaters.
Yeah. The plastic wrap does act sort of like a greenhouse, though, so it does help heat it in here a little bit. It's perfect temperature for laying glass.
Wine glasses. All right, here's the $1 million question.
All right.
Did they ever catch the people who vandalized it?
Not really. I mean, it's a small town, so you know how that kind of stuff works. But no action has currently been taken against them.
Oh, they want to know how Ember's doing.
She's doing good. She's getting big. She's a little over a year now. She's full size dog. Good dog. Smart.
All right, this one's beyond my knowledge. Does that boat have a junk stuffing box like every other Halls Unlimited?
I don't know. It's not the best one in the world. It's like a regular kind of like two nut.
Those show 'em.
It's got this, but it's not the most ideal one in the world. It's just this glass tube and then a piece of exhaust pipe and then the regular packing nut. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not terribly concerned about it right now. We'll solve that problem if and when the boat starts to sink, I guess.
Oh. He says, "Oh yeah, it's junk. I know from experience." Great. One more thing we got to fix.
Yep. Well, we're fixing everything else, so may as well. I hope we don't need a new shaft, but it's pretty tore up on the other end.
This is the longest I've ever seen Luke stand still. Looks like it's killing him.
I know it is.
Yeah. I have a gun to his head behind the camera. Oh, okay. Here's a cool one. Hey, Luke, I'm interested in becoming a waterman. I have a 9-foot Boston Whaler Squall and got a permit for crab traps. Is there any tips you would give me?
So, I would say just get out, spend a lot of time out there, and make sure it's something you really want to do. Like, treat it as a job. Take a summer and go every day. And just figure it out, man. Like, there's no, crab is one of them things you can't really tell people how to do it. You know, like, I worked on a boat for years before I did my own thing, and I wish I paid attention more, but you really don't learn a lot of the stuff you need to know until you go out and try it yourself. So that's how I started out in an 8-foot rowboat. So go out, crab edges, and just figure it out. Like, spending a lot of time out there is a good way to just kind of learn how everything works. You know, you on the water day after day, you just pick up on the little subtle differences and, you know, how certain things affect other things, and just get out there and pay attention.
You want a loaded question?
I guess.
Hold on, let me go back to it. So I'll say it. Got a center console on mine when the Weibo sells.
Well, I guess you guys will kind of have to just keep watching the videos, because See, the Wevo is supposed to sell, so kind of got a little carried away, horse before the carriage, so to speak, and maybe a video on that topic here soon. And I really would like the Wevo to sell.
All right. Okay, here's another one. Actually, something I mean to talk to you about. Have you figured out a fuel tank yet?
No, that is something that I do need to figure out. I have not figured out a fuel tank. So originally it had a fuel tank in the center section and a hydraulic tank. It was pretty easy, just kind of laid flat in there. I would love to, I feel like that's a lot of usable space up for it. It used to be a fish hold. I mean, I'm not really probably going to use it as a fish hold. I thought about making it into like a crab hold or something. I don't know. The easiest thing to do would just be plop tanks back in the center again, which may be what happens. I don't know. But
My bad. Look.
what you got there? How did you manage that? Oh, I thought you meant the zinc that you were welding. Yeah, that looks good.
My bad.
Yeah, you're good. Breathe deep. Drink milk if you get sick.
We got a complaint in the AV department.
Oh,
I wonder if I could just plug it in and it'll automatically register.
we'll see. What was the question?
I don't
Oh, the
remember.
fuel tanks. Yeah, so I thought about getting saddle tanks made. So originally, from the wherever they built the boat,
Oh.
it had
This is your phone, so I need
big glass fuel tanks right here and right here, but they were like fiberglass fuel tanks. Generally, are just not a good idea in my experience. You never get them clean; they're always fouling up. So I'm debating on trying to build fuel tanks, like a split fuel tank. Thing is, you don't want to put your fuel tank on one side because then it is uneven. You don't want to distribute weight super unevenly. So I don't know. I mean, I'd hate to take up that center section, but the more we're getting into this and stuff, it's like. You have audio?
I don't know how to tell.
Somebody let us know if the audio is better or different.
How do I swipe down? It says headphones connected, so I think it should be good.
Working? Is this thing on?
Okay, they said audio's better.
Okay, great. So yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out for fuel tanks. We may end up just putting one in there for the sake of time because I got all these grand ideas, but they're all taking a lot longer and costing a lot more money than they were supposed to, which is pretty typical of the boats.
I said it's worse. Wow, so mean.
Thanks.
Okay. What else? These are actually some good questions. You got 675 people in here. I want to hear you ramble.
Oh, great. Well, keep them coming. Now's your time. If you got a burning question.
Wayne wants to know if you're going to Deep Creek this weekend.
I might. I might go test the ice boat. I'm not sure.
Okay, I missed a lot. Great job on 98 Rock the other morning.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, okay. Are you planning to sell the Southern Girl when this boat's done?
I don't know that yet. I would kind of like to keep it if it can have a purpose. I don't really want to keep it and just have it sitting around. I don't know what that purpose would be. We've thought about like turning it into like the ultimate docking boat, but we're gonna have to go catch some crabs on this one first. So I don't know yet. That's a good question. I haven't decided. It'll kind of depend on a lot of things, where we're at, how much money it takes to build this one, where we're at with this one, and whatever else. A lot of guys have multiple boats. I mean, I'm included.
These people are saying either I need to put on a mic or you have to repeat the questions. So you just got to repeat.
Oh, it's because the okay, all right. It's because now all the audio is coming to the mic.
Okay. Yeah, nobody wants to hear me. There's a good one in here.
You could have put on mic too.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do because there's way too many people saying, "I need the mic. I need the mic."
Don't step in the glass, man.
I just did.
I know you did. Look, your shoe print in your glass.
Good.
Yeah, you did. You just heard it.
All right. Let's see here. Can you guys hear me now?
Just clip it on your collar.
Oh no. Okay. How'd the sportsman show go?
It was good. It was really good. A lot of people come out. We had a good time. It was great. gave away lots of potato chips. People seem to like the potato chips, so it's good.
Okay, so they're asking some questions that we're going to touch up in the next video, so might as well touch up some of them. Someone wants to know were the stringers bad?
Yes, the stringers were bad. I did not count on the stringers being bad, but like any boat, you kind of get into it, and kind of everything was bad. So that's another thing I'm going to touch on in the video this Friday is kind of like, I kind of forgot to answer this in the first video. It was like, yeah, the boat got vandalized, they busted some windows, cut the hydraulics, stole the electronics and all that kind of stuff. And then we kind of just went into like a full rebuild. And I kind of forgot to mention that, like, just in the chaos of it, like, we went in to go fix the stuff. The boat already needed some stuff. We went in to fix that stuff and repair the damage. And we just kept getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper because it was like the further we dug, we were like, well, we're already here. And then we got to the stringers, which is the last thing on the boat. And the stringers were pretty rotten. Not every one of them was completely rotten, but I guess if you're going to go in there and do it, you may as well do it all. It's at least what we said, but we're here now. So yes, new stringers.
Any retailers in Pennsylvania for the chips?
I don't know yet. We just launched the chips literally the day before the Sportsman show. So on Friday we got them. So we're working on retailers. Actually, I guess, what day's today?
Day of the week or
The date.
I don't even know. The 4th, I think?
4th or 5th or something. This week, actually, this crab season goes into, I believe, Harris Teeter. So it'll be in like 250 Harris Teeters or something up and down the East Coast. And some other various grocery stores that I'll get a list of. So go out and buy the seasoning so they keep buying the seasoning.
Oh, here's another thing that we're touching up in the next video, too. This guy thought we'd be a lot further.
Yes, as did we. We also thought we'd be a lot further, but as we're going to talk about in the video, like, every single step has just been a way bigger step than we thought. And so, you know, I even dropped down to a video every other week to try to buy us some more time to work on this thing, because I wanted to really give you guys just like a couple really big chunk videos of like huge amounts of progress. But it's a 42-foot long boat that needs everything that we have to figure out how to do and then do. So I thought we'd be further along too. And I appreciate everybody's patience because I know it's been, people are wanting updates and I do too, but it's just like every little thing is taking a long time. So we're going to go back to a video a week. We're going to try to put up a monthly video on the boat build, just kind of wherever we are. Just to give you guys an update. So we're changing it up.
Is this boat solid glass, like the hull?
Yeah, so the hull is solid glass. The stringers and then the sides are called balsa cord. So that means they took this wood called balsa wood, super light. They basically used it like a foam core, like what we're doing here. And they glassed on either side and then built the sides and the stern out of that. And then the stringers. So the hull, like where I'm standing on, the sole of the boat is all solid glass. It's about as kind of as close as you could get to a solid glass boat, crab boat, you know. I mean, they do make them, you know, the Southern Girl is a cut down, so it's all glass everywhere, but this boat, it's as glass as I could afford.
Did you get a chance to do any hunting this year?
Yeah, I did. I got to go elk hunting in Colorado, which was awesome. Pheasant hunting in South Dakota, whitetail hunting in Pennsylvania, and some sitka deer hunting here and some duck hunting here in Maryland. So super cool. We did, actually my brother and I went on a flintlock hunting trip up in PA and both were successful. He got a really nice deer and filmed that for a video too. So hopefully that one makes the cutting room floor. I know it's not the regular like boat content, but I thought I'd try. I thought it was cool. Thought you guys might like it. It was very cold. We did some camping. It was like 5 degrees outside, so hope you guys like those videos as well.
How much draft does the Weebo have? I'm wondering if it's possible for me to cut down the keel and turn it into a charter fishing boat.
So that was also my plan before I bought this. It might be possible. It drafts like probably 3.5 feet, almost 4 feet now. because it's just a big boat. But there's some space between the shoe and the wheel, so you probably could cut it down. The problem is the bow's it's a Deltaville style boat, so the bottom of the bow basically comes down to the bottom of the keel, so you might have to trim it, but it'd be a good charter boat. I mean, it's not fast, but you can put a lot of people on it, a lot of gear, and it get you there.
Well, this person wants to see more about my boat soon. It needs some work. Do you plan on using the same layout as the Southern Girl?
Yes, for the most part. A lot of the layout of the Southern Girl is out of necessity because it's so tight. You know, we're literally, when we're hauling, fishing 25 pot rows with a 3-man crew, like you can't move on the Southern Girl. I had to cut the call box down because it's so tight. So I would like to use the same idea, same layout for the most part. I do have some ideas as to change it up a little bit. Eventually, I'd like to have ideas of building machinery to do a lot of these jobs, but we got to get the boat done first. I'm excited about having a boat with more square footage though to make that kind of stuff happen.
Would you ever think about using 2 boats for crabbing?
Possibly, possibly think about using 2 boats, but it's hard enough to keep 1 boat running and staffed. So 2 boats sounds like my worst nightmare right now. But who knows? We'll have to see what life brings in the next year or 2.
Is the ceiling / floor going to be the same height of the boards you just glassed?
We are going to cut these down a little bit. We ran them tall so that we can strike a line and cut them all even. We are raising the deck from the original deck height, but it will be higher. It'll be the same height as the one we pulled out, which was raised about 6 inches from the stock deck height. So we're going to put it back to there.
This guy Charlie wants my really clean 25 horsepower. Sorry, that's all mine. You can have a Luke's.
Yeah, mine's nice. It run good. They need a little dirt on them. They run better with a little dirt on them.
Oh, here's something I've even asked you. Are you planning on running the platform off the back of this boat like you did the Southern Girl?
I don't know. I would like a short platform that we can stack, that's like the width of a crab crate or something. So we can stack crab crates back there, baskets, bait. It's nice to have bait over the side so it drips down off the back. I don't know yet, actually. There should be enough room in here that we don't really need it, but I do like the idea of just extending it just enough to be able to set something on there and use the space. Good question.
You could always use more space.
Yeah, true. You can always use more space and a bigger boat and more crab pots.
Here's something you've probably questioned yourself. How much money will you save by buying this boat and fixing it up compared to buying a turnkey boat?
None, really. None. I mean, none. So buying like a new boat, like if I wanted to basically buy like the modern equivalent of this boat new I priced one with a new engine and, you know, pretty base model crabbing boat. It's like $360,000. This boat I paid a good bit of money for, but also got the commercial fishing license with it. But then kind of everything about the boat was a bum. Like the motor ran, but it needed a lot of work, enough that I decided to rebuild it because I didn't want to put all this work into this nice new boat and then have an old crusty engine. All said and done, it will be pretty significantly less, I hope, than buying, than $360,000. But I mean, part of the problem is there's just not a lot of them around. Like there's not a lot of these that are in good shape, that are turnkey, that people are willing to sell. Most of the time, people get a boat like this and they're not going to get off of it. And I really wanted to get an all glass boat so that hopefully it can last the rest of my life.
Paint color for the Desperado.
I've been thinking about that. I kind of like the idea of sort of like a battleship gray. I don't know though. I think that'd be kind of sick. White is classic, but I think battleship gray might be kind of cool.
What are you using for power?
450 Cummins in a 507 twin disc reduction gear.
You ever get tired of eating crabs?
I don't eat crabs that much, so
I enjoy eating crabs. Lindsay loves eating crabs. I also like eating crabs, but most of the time it's just product. You know, can't be getting high on your own supply. It's Biggie Smalls' 8th crack commandment, dude.
Is that Divinycell for the new stringers?
Yes. So that is what the stringers are made out of, is Divinycell.
How's the Yamabeshi?
Still running, man. I went and shot another video with it in like super cold weather, and it ran pretty good. Honestly, so far so good with that thing. We'll see if it lasts.
Dylan here said, text you said, sorry for messing up our video.
It's all good, dude.
How much water will this boat take? Will it take on compared to the Southern Girl, or
Hopefully,
draft?
no.
What do you mean?
It doesn't draft much more than the Southern Girl. I mean, it probably drafts 6 inches more, maybe, but would like to try to trim up the keel a little bit in the shoe to get it to draft even less. But we'll see. We'll find out when I crunch my own traps in 3 foot of water.
So can you use the new license with yours on the same boat?
They changed the law, and now that license has to be temporarily transferred or in the name of somebody that's physically on the boat in order to use it for bushel limits.
Here's another key bridge one, because people that aren't from there are probably confused. What have you and the people around you been doing while there's no bridge?
Take the long way around. I mean, it's kind of a bummer. Like, a lot of the places I go to get crab pot supplies and bait and things like that, they're just, it takes an hour or more to get to now. So we got to use the harbor tunnel, and the problem is so does everybody else. So we just don't go up there that often anymore. It's just a long drive in heavy traffic.
This guy, I think it's the same guy that said something about the Halls Unlimited stuffing box earlier. He said it drafts 2 feet 6 inches.
Well, there
That's
you
not
have
bad.
it. That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
There you have it.
How old are you?
28.
What's your speed with that 450? We got a 430, 14 cruise, and 20 in the corner.
So I don't really know. I didn't really get to run the boat before I even bought it. I mean, I went out and ran it some. The bottom was super dirty. It had barnacles and junk and slime all over it. And I think it was cruising, and they were running the motor light because all the hours on it. And we were cruising like 18 knots, something like that. But this boat has a pretty big wheel and a pretty big reduction gear. I think it's like a 2.1 to 1 or something, or maybe 2.5, which I'd rather have a little less reduction gear, run a little smaller wheel, a little faster, so it drafts a little less and get a little more speed out of it. But this boat was originally built to gill net and groundfish and haul crab dredge. And so they wanted to be able to put a load of weight on this boat and still be able to cruise 15, 16 knots. So that's why they have that big reduction gear and bigger wheel.
How much for the Weebo?
Make me an offer, man. Make me an offer. 15 grand would take it.
What's the advantage of a fiberglass over aluminum commercial boat? Are they just not popular over there?
So there's a few aluminum boats. Most of the aluminum boats are skiffs. Around here, there's a couple aluminum big boats. And I always in my head like really wanted an aluminum dead rise. It's just, they're very expensive to get made, and there's not really anybody that builds them. So I'd have to find somebody to build one and then kind of, I don't know, go from there. I thought it'd be super sick though to have an aluminum dead rise, like it would last forever. I do know some of the guys that have them say that you get beat up a little bit because they're pretty light. So, I don't know. There's always trade-offs. I think it'd be a good idea, though. I'm totally down. Maybe we'll build one day.
I don't even know what time it is, so I don't know when some of these comments came through. Yeah, I don't know what time is it. Okay, these are recent questions. Okay. Are you replacing the deck with Kusa or plywood?
Kusa board. Yeah, we spent all the money on the deck. So we have 3/4 inch Kusa, and we're gonna, I think the plan is now to hot coat the bottom with resin, and then we'll put a bunch of layers of glass on the top and bond it with polybond because it doesn't hold fasteners real well.
Has the bay pollution gotten any better over the years?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure, yeah, I mean, it was better than when, like, Bethlehem Steel and everything was over there and they were pumping stuff straight into the bay. So, yeah, I mean, it's gotten better. Has its moments. It's a big watershed, a lot of people in it.
$1 million question. Have you ever thought of retiring from crabbing and going full speed on content creation?
I don't want to. I mean, that's what everybody tells me to do, but, like, I like to crab. I love to crab. I mean, it's kind of like, it's what I do. So content creation is definitely a way bigger part of my life, I guess, than I ever thought it would ever be. But I really don't want to give up crabbing. I'm too dumb to quit crabbing.
This guy is persistent, so we might as well answer his questions. How much did both of you guys pay for your Yamaha 25 engines, and whose runs better? Well, I got mine on partial trade, so I don't even know, maybe 500.
Yeah, I think I paid like $300 for mine or something.
And whose runs better? They both run equally poor.
They actually run all right.
I think it was because we teed the fuel line.
It was definitely because we teed
They
the
were
fuel
starving
line.
each other.
Yeah.
We need to try that again with 2 separate fuel tanks.
Yeah. They actually, honestly, that's a good engine, man. Mine had an ignition problem. I had to go to American Outboards and get that new ignition box. But after that, it seems to be pretty good.
What's your favorite video that you made?
Man, I don't know. Honestly, I really like Lindsay and I's trip to Florida last year, just because it was a lot of fun. And her and I watch that video sometimes and just pretend like we're going again. I mean, we are going again, but I don't know. That was a lot of fun to film. It was just a fun video.
What are must-haves? What must-haves do you want to install while it's gutted? Any luxury items?
Not really. I'm not much on luxury. I mean, I just want it to work. I want it to be tough. I want it to be right. I'm excited about the engine. That's my luxury item. Getting the engine rebuilt, really. I would thought about putting a slightly peaked deck in it so that it's easier to wash down. I'd like to put in a nice wash down pump, like a 1-inch wash down pump. I'd like to have hydraulic hard lines. I'd like to have a decent sound system in it so we can, you know, rock out while we're working.
Big rigging tubes?
Big rigging tubes, yeah. I mean, in terms of, like, I don't know, luxury items.
That's
not
luxury
really.
to you.
It is, yeah. I mean, freaking hard lines and whatever else in a new engine, that's luxury to me, so I'm not really.
Do you go to the bathroom together?
No.
He wishes. Is it self-bailing?
Yeah, better be. Yeah, that's one of my... So the Southern Girl is self-bailing, but, you know, I'm overloading it, honestly. I'm just working her too hard with too much weight. The rack's too big on the back. So it is self-bailing, but a lot of times the tide's behind me. The tide will run up the scuppers and onto the deck, and that's like my #1 thing that gives me anxiety, because obviously that's not good. So yeah, this boat, we're gonna figure out the deck geometry once we get the floor in and whatever, so that it will absolutely be self-bailing.
It's not really a question, more of a statement. But that guy Keith, the one that seems to be familiar with Halls Unlimited, said, "You're gonna relocate your batteries to the front. Ours used to leak from the stuffing box through water on top of the batteries." That's a good thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, the batteries originally were right here, and I don't love that location because that means you have to have a hatch right here. So I don't know exactly about the batteries. It may be easier with all the electronics that we're putting on it and everything to be able to have them forward and then just run big cable back here, because it's either that or have batteries here and run a bunch of cable up there to run everything. So good question. Haven't figured that out yet. That's good, dude.
You shake the whole boat, you're gonna
No,
knock us
she's
over.
mint, dude. She's mint. She's in there. She ain't coming out.
This is kind of an interesting one because I've seen a few people talk about some of the shorts. When you were on the front bilge and you were jumping up and down because it had that like false floor, someone asked if you're gonna like foam fill it. I guess they're kind of asking about that void because of the keel.
Oh, no, in the fish box there. Yeah. So that was like a false bottom. So they made it flat, and it used to have, had foam all around it. So the bottom of the boat's like this, and then it's a short flat spot. So then in order to make the fish box and put foam, they just put a false bottom in it. And so we cut all the false bottom out of it, cut all that stuff out of it.
Will there be a kitchen or fridge? I sure hope so.
Probably not. We don't need that. Weighs too much. We get a cooler.
You definitely need to peak that deck with no net reel in the back. The boat will not be self-bailing, trust me.
Yeah, there's no net reel on this thing. We won't have no net reel. I hope. If I have to go ground fishing, we're in trouble.
Better put the scuppers up high.
Yeah, the scuppers are significantly higher than the last ones. And you'll see in this video, the patches they put over the old scuppers that were then underneath the ceiling that they had were like barely in there. I'm like, you take a hefty wave to the stern, they knock them things right into the boat.
What brand of electronics do you want in a cabin? Like Garmin or?
Garmin. We're going with Garmin. Decking the boat out with Garmin.
Gotta have a rail-mounted grill. I like that one.
Maybe. We ain't got time for all that. We don't eat while we're crabbing. We're crabbing.
Are we? Someone else, a foam question. Is there gonna be any foam under the ceiling?
No, not really. Hopefully not. The foam wasn't for flotation. The foam was for insulation for the fish box.
Is Luke a short king?
I ain't real tall, like 5'7".
Oh, what's the sketchiest moment you've had while crabbing?
Had quite a few sketchy moments. My old boat, the first boat I ever had named the Widow, we got caught in a pretty bad storm, and we put a crack in the exhaust. One of the exhaust elbows or whatever come loose, and so water was coming in the wet exhaust, and I'd like cut my sleeve off of my sweatshirt and wrap it around the back of a hammer and jam it in the hole. And then the motor was pumping water into the boat from the exhaust manifold, and I had to like pull the hose off and use that to pump the boat out. It was very sketchy. Not fun. I was probably 19 when that happened, so not great. Had some moments, some times where I've gone up in the cabin and lifted the bilge hatch, and it's like to the bottom of the it's to the stringers. That's not good either.
What's the best catch bait?
I don't even remember all the catch baits, man. We didn't, shockingly, we tried all kinds of different stuff, and like nothing really caught too much better. We had a couple here and there that caught better than shrimp heads. I don't even remember what they were. I mean, jellyfish worked strangely well. Like vegetables, potatoes, like starchy stuff, bread. Crabs seem to like carbs. So things like that seems to work pretty well.
How have crabbers taken you sharing everything on social media?
Depends on who you ask. Some yes, they like it, don't mind, love it. Other ones, not so much.
You and Riley want to come to Virginia Beach and cobia fish this summer? Probably.
Oh, she's kicking now. She's
Nice and warm.
Warm now.
Do you shower at night or in the morning?
I shower at night usually because I get up and go to work and then get all nasty.
Oh, you gonna replace your freezer trailer?
I wish. I I need to figure out something. I honestly haven't even thought about the freezer trailer since crabbing, just because we've been working on this thing and whatever else. But yeah, I got to think about that. I mean, the trailer itself's pretty much all right, but the unit's really junk. I got to get a new unit put on it or something, but they're really expensive. So I got to figure something out. I'd love to get a little bigger trailer. Another thing I'm going to work on is getting refrigeration at home, you know, because I don't have any refrigeration except for that trailer. So hopefully we can load crabs into walk-ins at the house and then load what we need into the trailer and just take the trailer up, and that will definitely relieve a lot of disaster.
I can make this a two-part question. Someone asked this earlier, and whatever. Old Bay or J.O. Spice? Choose wisely. Also, someone asked if J.O. makes your seasoning.
So, man, all the ice is gone from out there. Sorry, attention span of a squirrel. I can't believe I've lasted this long. So, J.O. does not make the spice. Neither does McCormick. I partner with Jimmy's Famous Seafood, and we make it. I like J.O. I mean, that's kind of the traditional thing. I still sell it at the crab stand. I have my own crab spice, but it's a little different. I understand that it's not everybody's thing. You know, it's like Korean barbecue flavored, and it's really good on more than just crabs. But yeah, I mean, I'd say J.O. Definitely, like if you go to a restaurant, everybody thinks it's Old Bay that you're getting crab steamed in, but it's almost always J.O.
Epoxy or fiberglass resin? Polyester.
I mean, I always used like West System, like epoxy, but that's always because all I did was little patches and stuff. It's easy, it's very user friendly, but with a job this big, when we have to lay, polyester is definitely the way to go, in my opinion. And it's way cheaper, like way cheaper. And you can just lay right on top. Like with epoxy, you gotta lay it, then you have to scrub it with soap and water to get rid of the wax, and then you have to sand it and then lay it. So with this, you can just, as long as you're doing it within like 5 days of each other, you can just keep putting it on top. And then if you got to, you can just hit it with a sander and lay another one.
What steering and controls? Keith asked if you're using Hypnotic.
No. My steering is all homemade stuff. It's like I just run a hydraulic pump, like either a vane pump. I'd like to run a gear pump. I run a gear pump on the Southern Girl right off the twin disc. And then I just have a log splitter cylinder in the back that I use with a cross valve to steer, and then a helm in the cabin. So this boat probably be the same. And then for controls, I like co-belts. I'm a big co-belt guy. They're very expensive, but they last forever. I mean, you can beat them up and, you know, whatever else. They're good set of controls makes a difference in my opinion, because I'm on them all day. So, and it's also what's familiar. I'm just familiar with running the co-belts and big co-belt guy.
This guy wants to know if he can still buy merch.
We should. Dark Seas, I think, restocked it actually last week. So if you go to Dark Seas website, or I'm sure it's in this, check any video, it's in the description, whatever, or anything. Yeah, we should have more.
Do warm water Gulf of Mexico blue crabs taste different than Maryland cold water crabs?
I would say so. I mean, the crabs up here definitely have a little bit of a different life cycle, you know, because they hibernate, so they're building a fat reserve. And all that kind of stuff. That's where a lot of times you'll get that really nice, creamy, like yellow mustard inside of them. So I think so, but I'm also biased. I mean, there's nothing wrong with crabs from down there either. I've had some bad ones from other states, but I've had some bad ones from Maryland too. It just kind of comes down to quality, and you know, as long as you're buying U.S. caught seafood, I'm all about it.
Would you eat a back river crab?
I've eaten plenty of back river crabs. They ain't scared me. Yeah, people are like, well, I don't want crabs if they're from here or there. I'm like, crabs migrate. That crab's been everywhere.
Matt M. wants to know who's cooler, Wade or Riley? Riley, of course. No, we like Wade a lot. a lot of repeated questions. Do you care about repeating yourself?
Take a couple, whatever.
All right. Will the Desperado get a new name?
Yeah, I think it's going to get a new name. I think that it deserves a new one. It's had a rough, checkered past, and she'll be a brand used boat by the time we're done with it. So I think she deserves a new name. I have some ideas, but I'm going to keep them under wraps for right now.
Any news on who trashed the boat?
I mean, as far as justice is concerned, not really. I mean, small town, so I'll say that. But
This guy said you should name it the Hammer.
right, I agree. My favorite tool.
Oh God, this guy said he likes boiled crabs better than steamed crabs.
Oof, sorry to hear that.
How many horsepower is the Cummins?
450 horsepower.
That's a lot of Yamabesis.
It's a lot of Yamabesis. That's American horsepower too. Ain't none of that Chinese horsepower.
Hard shell or soft shell?
I like them both. Honestly, I've eaten enough soft shells go blue in the face, but I like them both. Soft shell's definitely a delicacy. It's definitely different. I probably like eating some hard shells. Although it depends. Like you know what? I don't know. 'Cause I love eating a soft shell too. I'll eat a soft shell sandwich any day of the week. I've had some really good soft shell sandwiches too lately in the last year.
If you weren't a crabber, what would you be?
I don't even know. I've really never considered anything else. I've never really even thought about it. I've kind of been hell-bent on being a crabber since I was pretty young, so I don't know. Probably like a janitor or something. No, I don't know. A farmer, maybe. I always thought farming was cool.
How much for the Raven Special Edition Ranger?
Oh, dude, couldn't afford the Ranger, all right? The 3-tone purple special edition Ravens Ranger. Priceless.
What's next on the Desperado?
Good question. I mean, very next thing I'm going to do probably today is fix these strong backs. I got to glass around these strong backs. They don't really need it, but like we're in here, I'm going to reinforce them. So strong backs, we'll finish laying up the stringers, and then we will, I guess, bond stringers to each other, tab them where they got to be, cut them flat, cut deck beams, lay the ceiling. Hopefully by then we'll have the engine back. Then we can start test fitting the engine. Then we're gonna have to build new bedding. Got to rebed the engine. And then hopefully we'll do some rigging. We'll see. The outside needs attention too. Like we haven't even really thought about the outside right now. So the outside needs to be completely sanded down, sandblasted, top to bottom, and redone as well. So that's a whole nother job. Hopefully we're not doing that next winter.
Good one. Do you have a 10-year goal for your business?
Man, it's a good question. People ask me that a lot, but like every goal and whatever I thought I had gets completely flipped on its head every year, it seems like. So I don't know. I mean, I have some ideas. I'd love to build out the crab stand, like to get another location that's a little bigger, and figure that side of it out. I don't know. I mean, love to find ways to bring U.S. and locally caught seafood to people. Retail. Thought about restaurants, but after hanging out at Jimmy's more and more, I'm like, restaurant's a lot of work. So, I don't know. I mean, you guys pretty much are up to date. You guys know pretty much as I do. So, stay tuned, and we'll see. We'll figure it out together, because stuff keeps changing. It's exciting, though. It's good. I'm excited about the future.
Have you ever thought about diversifying into the oyster business or other forms of seafood?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, you know, we have a wild caught fishery here in Maryland, oysters that I've done before. I've done patent-tongue and whatever. Possibly. I don't know. I mean, really all I know is crabbing, so I don't really know how to do anything else. Not that I couldn't learn, but we'll see. Possibly.
Did the Weibo sell?
No, the Weibo didn't sell. The Weibo did sell at auction, and then all 3 buyers backed out without even coming to look at it. So, still for sale.
Would you collab with Jacob? I assume they mean Knowles.
Oh yeah. Jake and I are good buddies. We talk probably once a week or every other week or something, just brainstorming. I've been up there. It was like 2 years ago now that I think about it that we went up. So we got to get back up. Like him and I are just so busy, both of us, trying to feed the beast, make YouTube videos and whatever else that like we just had neither one of us had much downtime. So yeah, we talk about it every other week about doing something together, and we got to. It's just like it hasn't lined up yet.
Will your stand maybe offer steamed crabs?
I would love it to. That's a goal of mine, but it's a whole nother side of the business to learn, and it's a whole nother rig of equipment to buy as well. So yes, that is one of my big goals, is to do that. But it's a lot of money to buy a rig, a trailer and a rig, and then whatever else. I need to just do it and figure it out. But yeah, I'm really trying to. That really would be the next step for the crab stand in my eyes.
Do you eat any of the crabs you catch?
Rarely. I mean, a few times a year. We've eaten a few more in the last couple years because I'll do videos with them. Gives a good excuse to eat them. But I don't eat a ton of crabs. I love eating crabs, but it's, I'd rather, I see them coming over the rail. It's like, it's that or a steak dinner. I'd rather sell them most of the time.
Are you going to fix the back window?
Nah, we'll just leave it.
I'll leave you guys there for now.
Oh, we got to put a Dark Sea sticker up there, dude.
Yeah. What is the opening date for the crab stand this year?
I don't know. I don't have one yet. It'll depend on what time of year I set crab pots, and that will depend on the weather, mostly. If we got crabs early and the weather's right, I might go, and we'll have crabs hopefully in May. I mean, yeah, we'll open sometime in May. Whether or not we'll open it April, I don't know. I doubt we'll open in April. We'll see. We'll see where we are with this project and everything else we got going on. But I'll let people know as soon as I have an opening date.
Does Virginia and Maryland have crab seasons at the same time? If so, would you travel to Virginia in the future?
Good question. Virginia's crab season opens a month earlier than Maryland's. So Maryland's opens April 1st, and Virginia's opens March 1st. I probably won't travel all the way down there. I know some guys that do. You would need it to buy an additional crab license. Also, you are not allowed to crab the way I crab. I crab using what we call underwater lines, which are 25 pots connected to each other, and that's illegal in Virginia. So you'd have to convert everything to single corks. If I had this boat done 5 years ago, yeah, I probably would be trucking myself down there. But these days, honestly, I've just been crabbing kind of locally, to kind of my territory here. Haven't been traveling much. We've had crabs, fortunately, so I haven't really had to chase them too much. And that's allowed me to focus on the retail end, the crab stand, and everything a lot more, not having to put all that extra time into traveling.
Will the boat be ready for the start of the season?
Man, I hope so, but I don't know. I mean, you see where we're at now. We've been working every day for 2 months on this, 3 months on this thing. So we're doing what we can. We're doing our best. But no promises.
Stop talking, get back to work.
I know, we could have laid up the other side by now.
Well, it's all right. We're giving the people what they want.
You're right. We got to take some time to answer questions. That's part of my issue. Is I'm a million miles an hour. I forget like the most obvious stuff.
Why don't you tell the news for all the new people for the video schedule?
Yep, so we are going back to a video a week. We did that for like a year and a half, and then when we got the boat, I went down to, in the off season, it's a lot of work to make a video a week. So I needed a little bit of a just kind of like break, a mental break for a little bit. and we were trying to make some progress on this. So we're going back as of this week to a video a week, and we're going to try to bring you guys a video, at least a video a month on the Desperado build. Like I was explaining to the people before, you know, like my goal in the beginning was, okay, go drop the video schedule back, and that's going to buy us some more time. And I wanted to give you guys, like, instead of a bunch of videos on this build, I want to give you guys just like a few big videos, like the crab stand build. So it's like 5 videos you can see top to bottom. But it's taking so much longer than I thought that I just said, you know what, we're just going to go back to a video a week, and we're going to figure it out. So trying to get you guys video. I've also been running around like crazy the last 2 months shooting other videos that are different than just this, so it's not just this, you know, like a little variety. I've done some traveling, tried out some different kinds of content, like, you know, hunting and this and that, and camping, kind of like, you know, I've done some pretty brutal camping trips in the very, very cold to try to, you know, it's stuff that I enjoy, and I'm just trying to kind of feel out and see if it's gonna work video-wise. I hope you guys watch them and enjoy them. I do appreciate you guys' patience with me when it comes to trying different stuff and whatever. Like, you know, YouTube's like every other part of my business. I'm constantly learning, constantly trying stuff, constantly seeing how it works, and I'm really hoping that some of these other videos go over well. But you got to try it to know. So, video a week though. We're excited, right? Video a week.
Some of these questions get deep. It's actually a good one. Have you thought about crowdfunding the boat?
Yeah, I mean, it's crossed my mind, but I'm a little too stubborn, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. So what we did, you know, when the boat got vandalized, you know, people wanted to help, which I appreciate. So I thought about it, and what we ended up doing was coming up with a limited drop t-shirt design that had the boat. We sold it a little over market price, and then we used the money from the t-shirt sales to fund the boat rebuild. So I've thought about it, but it's not really my style. I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. I don't feel right, like, just taking money. So I wanted to, you know, like, if people wanted to help support, you get a t-shirt, you know, a limited edition, limited drop t-shirt. And so that's what we ended up doing. Maybe we'll do another one because we're going to run out of money here soon for the boat build.
Actually, coming back to that, would you rather see the idiots that wrecked your boat in jail or paying for the damage or both? Would you ever consider them working back your boat for free to pay you back?
That would be a great video idea, but I'm kind of at peace with it, you know. Obviously, I was more just bummed out than angry when it happened. Of course, I felt anger, you know, but I was bummed out because I had worked really hard. It's been a long road to get to getting a bigger boat. I mean, literally the last 8 years I've been working on it, 6 years really after the Southern Girl, like, I've just noticed that it's the next step, you know, I just need a bigger boat. And so I've been working hard for a long time trying to get it, and I had it for 6 hours, and then that happened. So I don't know. I mean, you know what? People like that, they're gonna, I'm sure they're gonna get what's coming to them on their own, you know, by their own doing one of these days. So kind of at peace with it. It is what it is, and I don't know. I hope they start making better decisions in life.
Who's your dream collab?
Dream collab? Pakistani truck. No, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I really like, there's a couple guys I watch, like, on YouTube pretty frequently. There's a guy called Key West Waterman who's down in Key West and does fishing and diving and all that. I think that's super cool. I'd love to go fishing with him. Let me think, who else? I love watching Pakistani Truck, which is like a silly channel, but like it's like all these Pakistani guys, like literally like they'll like disassemble an entire semi and then like rebuild the entire semi out of like melting down old parts and recasting, and I think that's like super cool. I don't know. I mean, Oh, Danny Duncan, probably. He's honestly my favorite YouTuber. Danny Duncan's my favorite. He's just entertaining. He's funny. Like, I admire that the guy can just, like, he has such a good personality. He can just go out and, like, anything he does, you'll watch him do, you watch that guy go to the freaking gas station, and it's hilarious.
What's that noise? Is that you?
And my boot's squeaking.
Ow. It sounds like the boat's about to tip over.
It might. Mav and Outdoor Boys. I really like their stuff, you know, like the camping kind of stuff. I think it's really cool. Camping, hunting, all that. I don't know. I don't watch that much YouTube, honestly. Like, I just don't have time. We're busy doing stuff.
Oh, here's actually a really good one. Was the plan going to be to overhaul a Desperado before it got vandalized?
So the plan was to overhaul the Desperado, but not right now. The plan was to get the Desperado and fix the things that it needed. It had a big soft spot in the ceiling here. The electronics were outdated, you know, but it was definitely usable. Like, I was planning on using it for the next year and then taking on this project as needed, or, you know, next year, whenever. But that plan kind of got foiled, and, you know, after the vandalization happened, we went in to fix that kind of stuff, plus all the things that it needed before, and we just kept finding more and more and more and more that it needed. So we were like, you know what, this is the time, screw it, I guess. You know, we're already in here, we already got it tore apart, so here we are, full-on rebuild. This one's set up. We did this one this morning. She's good, man. She's solid. This one's pretty good. Still a little warm, still kicking.
Oh, I guess the audio went out.
Audio went out?
Well, I guess when you were going to phone call.
Oh. Is it back?
I think.
Audio back? Somebody let us know if the audio's back.
Oh, good now, okay.
All right, sweet. Sorry about that.
Are you sad about them breaking your compass?
Bummed out about the compass, man, I'm telling you. Hey, compass is something that people do, they look past, you know? They use, I use electronics. I'm very dependent on electronics, but I'll tell you what, there's been a couple times where my electronics have gone out and I've needed to use my compass, and I'm very glad I have it. I also use one to set. Like, when I'm setting back a row, I'm not always looking at my GPS because there's a lag, so I use a compass generally to set rows.
Either you said something about it, I didn't catch it, or this guy is asking. Anyway, he wants to know about a skipjack video.
Sweet, yeah. Skipjack video, just got the rough edit of that. So we were working on that. I don't know when that is in the schedule, but I'm actually excited about it. It's a cool video. The skipjack oystering is definitely something I think is really neat, and it's something that's going away, seems to be, quickly. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. It's a little more informational. Should answer a lot of questions you would have about it, but that's brutal work too. But yeah.
What days are you putting out new videos?
Friday at 8 a.m. So now we'll be back to every Friday at 8 a.m.
This is a repeat, but a lot of people are asking, do you plan on running both boats this season?
Not this season. I'm not planning on running both boats this season. Maybe in the future once this one's done, and we'll see where the Southern Girl sits. Possibly, I thought about setting that one up for trout lining or patent tonging or something, or hauling, catching fish, you know, long line. I don't know. This year, I'm not planning on running two boats. I actually have a skiff that we got. That video hasn't even come out yet, I guess. Spoiler alert. Got like a Carolina skiff that we're kind of outfitting as like a little trout lining boat. So maybe earlier in the season I can have, you know, me or one of my guys or something go do a little trout lining here and there and catch them early. It's getting cold.
Yeah, I know. Someone did ask about the temperature, because I guess you're.
Yeah, it's getting cold.
Hand me my hoodie.
Ooh, smells like epoxy, resin, polyester.
Shameless plug.
Yep.
There's a reason why I work on
Cheese.com.
There's a reason why I work on fiberglass in this hoodie.
He's got 3 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, where's my mic?
Here it is. Hold on. That's about 10 because of glass work.
Yeah, it's 57 in the boat right now, although it feels a little colder because the sun is starting to go down. We try to keep it like 55 at least to lay glass. The last few weeks, another reason this has been taking so long is because it's been so cold in Maryland. Like the last month it was like 20 degrees every day or colder. So we spent like half the time and $1 million on propane trying to just like heat the inside. But when you're bonding glass, you not only have to heat the inside, you have to heat the hull. So the entire hull itself needs to be to temperature for the glass to bond to it properly. So we spent a lot of times fighting the elements this year.
Are you ever going to JB weld that hole in the tiny aluminum boat?
Probably not.
And we tried it. It didn't work. Then we tried pop rivet it.
I know,
Didn't
and then
work.
the pop rivet shot out of it. So
We tried fixing that leak many times.
dude, I know it's such a stupid problem, but yeah, it's like that boat is coming apart, like literally coming apart at the seams. I went, another spoiler alert, went and shot another video where I spent the night in a very undesirable spot and it very, very, very cold in a homemade tarp tent. And I took the boat there to get there, and I had to get up every 2 hours and bail the boat with my soup pot because it was sinking. And I had plugged the hole. I plugged the hole with a rivet, but it's just porous at this point. It just takes on water without even, like every rivet leaks.
This guy actually had a cool video idea. He said you and Jacob should captain each other's boat for a day.
That'd be a great idea for probably 10 minutes until I
Yeah.
get a 5-trap trawl hung in the wheel.
Do you plan on entering in the boat docking contest?
No. Listen, I mean, it's cool. I don't know. I see a lot of guys do it. I'm like, I don't want to go out in front of all those people and do that, honestly. I'm like, I don't want to do that.
I'm trying to convince Luke to turn the Southern Girl into a docking boat.
I know, we'll put a big freaking Detroit in or something. Put the cat on meth injection. Need the Jeopardy music.
A lot of these comments, unless you want to answer some of these, like Rofa or Wawa?
Wawa, man. I'm not a huge Rofo guy, honestly.
Luke, please make more.
Sorry,
Desperado.
glass was like right at that perfect point where you can cut it with a razor knife. It's very satisfying. Sorry, what was the question?
Luke, please make more Desperado construction videos.
Okay, all right. I've touched on this, but I'll say it again so everybody knows. We are going back to a video a week, and we're going to try to get you guys at least one video a month on the build. You know, I wanted to do less videos with more progress, but the progress is taking so long that we're just diving right back into it, and you're going to get what you're going to get. People want them, we're going to deliver.
This one may be a little, whatever.
Passed it. Missed it.
A lot of people have been asking though, what's the wage for a deckhand?
It all depends. Depends on experience. Depends on, I don't know. Hardest part's showing up, so.
You get half your money for showing up.
Pretty much. I mean, the hardest part's showing up, so. It all depends. I mean, wages have gone up. I'll tell you, when I was working, I made 75 bucks a day, and we worked pretty long days. Uphill both ways. Wages have gone up from that a lot. You know, the days of having somebody come and work all day for 100 bucks, even with no experience, is kind of the past. So it all depends. The longer you stick around, the more you make. But, you know, anywhere from 120 to 300 bucks a day generally is what guys are paying. that's definitely on the higher side. But, you know, it's worth paying good, reliable people more money to stick around.
Are you going to keep the higher deck or the lower deck?
In this boat, the higher deck. This is definitely the longest I've ever stood in one spot. I'm a pacer.
Well, we can move around. Why don't you give them a boat tour? Someone did
Not
ask
much
that.
to see. Any more? Is there any more questions? Anybody try the potato chips?
Yeah. Why don't we talk about that? And not what kind of hot dogs do you like?
I'm not a big hot dog guy. I don't like hot dogs. Yeah, we just came up with potato chips with the crab seasoning on them. So just got them last Friday. So you can order them on Jimmy's famous seafood website. They will be in retail, hopefully. I mean, they will be. I don't know where yet. Hopefully convenience stores, stuff like that. Rofo, I take back what I said. I love Rofo Arms. Hopefully they carry them. That'd be super sick. Be the most Maryland thing ever. Yeah, they're pretty good. I like them. Everybody seems to like them. We've worked a long time on them. Martin's Chip Company makes them, so it's like real, you know, it's not like we're frying potatoes in the back of the boat. We're like, you know, actually producing them, FDA approved, kosher, gluten-free, I think. Maybe not gluten-free, don't quote me on that. Kosher. I know that because of the FDA approved thing that we had to do. So packaging is sick. I don't know if we have any around here.
Yeah.
Where are they?
I'm locked and loaded.
Oh, look at that.
Well, it looks like you have a mustache.
Right? So, we got potato chips. They're pretty good. Partner with Jimmy's. Jimmy's came out with a couple of potato chips as well. But, look at that. Pretty cool. Based on a bag of potato chips. Who'd have thought? Not me. Not in a million years, but life's crazy. This is the year to diversify. It's going to be skinny, the economy and everything with crabs. So I'm trying to diversify, you know. It's hard to depend just on crabs, especially when we have such a multifaceted business happening now.
When will you be installing fiberglass?
You just missed it. Go an hour back in this live. We were just doing it. We've been doing it every day. You'll see some on, well, actually, we don't think we laid in glass on Friday, in the Friday's video, but we're close. You guys got a sneak peek. You're a whole video and a half ahead in here.
Why the higher deck? I thought you would want a lower one for gravity and the weight.
Good question. The higher deck is because of the self-bailing, basically. Like, so I need the deck to self-bail, which means you could be up there, anywhere on the deck, dump a bucket of water, and it runs out the back. So you need your scupper holes higher than the water line. So with the weight I'll put on the boat with a metal roof and whatever else, all the gear, makes the boat stay a little lower, so I want a higher deck so that it stays self-bailing. Because one of the problems I have with the Southern Girls, the deck's low and self-bailing, but when we load her up, then those scuppers are even with the water line at best. And we take water in on the deck and into the boat, which is not ideal. Bilge pumps work overtime on the old Southern Girls, so. Yeah, we were raising the deck for that purpose. That was one of the main reasons I wanted a new boat, so this thing better self-bail.
This guy said you stayed on just the hull makes the boat look massive.
It's a big boat, man. I mean, what is it, 12.6, 13 wide, 12.6? I think it's 12.6 wide.
Yeah.
And in the widest part, which is about right there, is 42 foot long. So, I mean, it's a big boat.
Okay, here's a good one. Are you looking at expanding the YouTube side of your business or the crabbing side? Which is the priority? If so, what are you looking at for it?
Very good question. Think about that every day. I mean, I'm trying to do both. I mean, the goal from the reason I started making videos, TikToks, 3 or 4 years ago, was to be able to sell my crabs directly to the customer. like was literally to like have something like the crab stand. So I started making videos because I didn't have any money or whatever to advertise, and I was selling to market, and I just was like, well, making videos is free. If I can get people interested in this, maybe they'll be, want to come buy the crabs. So started making that, and then, man, I don't know, one thing leads to another. Life's crazy, and then that turned into its whole own side of the business. So I'm trying to scale both, but it's a big job, especially like I'm a crab fisherman, so I'm trying to figure out how to diversify, plus scale the crabbing business, plus scale this new social media side of the business as well. It's a learning curve. I'm still trying to figure it out every day. So,
Can you explain the schedule or timeline of your crabs from when you catch them to sold the stand? Is it next day, 2 days, or fish all week and sell on the weekend?
we crab Monday through Friday. Most of the early in the week crabs, like Monday's crabs, some of Tuesday's crabs, generally will go out for shipping. I try to bring the freshest crabs possible to the crab stand. Crabs will live up to 7 days in a walk-in if handled properly. Take a lot of precautions to handle them properly. But most of the time, we go Crab Monday. Those crabs go to Jimmy's Seafood, and then we fulfill all the online shipping orders for crabs. And then Tuesday through Friday, we're catching crabs and holding them in a fridge. And then Saturday, Sunday, we're selling all the crabs we caught Tuesday through Friday, generally.
Lindsay wanted to know if we're doing the live on TikTok because she can't watch it because she deleted TikTok. She can't get it back.
Tell Lindsay go subscribe on YouTube, dude.
Am I the only one that can't hear the question? Uh-oh. What am I doing wrong? Maybe I gotta move my mic.
Way to go, Riley.
No, I don't like being on the spot.
I hired Riley to be the cameraman, and then he's better at glass work than I am, so now we need another cameraman, because him and I are both doing glass work every day. And like we're back to setting up cell phones on tripods.
How much better are their margins on selling straight to the market versus as opposed to selling to a wholesaler?
So it's kind of complicated because there's a lot of benefits to selling to a wholesaler. Since I sell direct customer, I basically say that it's like 5 times the work for 3 times the money. So it's kind of a good ratio. But there's also a lot more overhead and headache and whatever involved in running your own retail spot. So I don't know. I mean, I've made money doing both things. Sort of 6 of one, half dozen of the other, but I also get to set my own market. There's never a day the buyer says I can't go because there's no market. But it also comes with challenges because then instead of a buyer getting stuck with crabs, I get stuck with the crabs. So money's better selling direct to customer, but it's a lot of work. It's a whole nother business that I've been having to learn on the fly here.
I think this is being touched in this week's video, so I don't think people know about it yet. But this guy asked, were the stringers in good shape?
Stringers were not in good shape. They were rotten, and now we're replacing them all.
I think he's talking about fiberglass. How long does it take for it to dry?
I mean, we laid this about an hour ago or so, and it's pretty well set up, so about an hour to cure.
Is it warm still or is it cold?
It's not, I mean, it's warmer than the air, but it's cooling down. It's coming down off of kicking.
Yeah.
But it's, it's not tacky anymore or anything. So about an hour, but you can only work with it for about, I don't know. You got like half an hour. I mean, when it's cool out. Hotter it is, the faster it kicks.
This guy wants to know your favorite Supercross racer. I can answer that one for you. Max Sanford, only because I've known him his whole life.
I was going to say Ronnie Mack.
That's what he was.
Yeah, Max Stanford. He's a local boy,
Yeah,
so
local.
we gotta rep him.
Or Cody Shock. Who taught you to do all the things you do?
I don't, just kind of out of necessity, really. I mean, I've definitely had people that I've learned from. You know, Garrett, who you guys seen a couple videos. Like, I definitely learned a lot of my mechanical survival skills from Garrett. Where like, get yourself home with whatever you have, make it run. I don't know. I've picked up stuff here and there, and mostly just kind of out of necessity. Like when you're crabbing, especially in the early days, like something breaks, there's nobody to fix it. And if there is, you probably can't afford them. So you just gotta learn how to do it and figure it out. So I've done a lot of learning by screwing stuff up. Mostly self-taught, I guess.
Are you going to use Kusa board at all?
Yep, deck beams and deck will be all Kusa.
Will you gel coat the stringers also, since fiberglass is porous without paint? Yes, we do plan on using it, and also we're using Duratec that's mixed with the resin to help it cure.
Yeah, we put that on this one, I think, already.
Yeah, I did. I think it needs more, but we'll cross that bridge later. There's dead rise races?
Yeah, in Virginia they definitely used to do them. Yeah, no, they do. You've seen the videos of them all blowing through each other's wakes. Pretty cool.
This guy said, are you interested in the dead rise races? We might have to go visit.
That'd be kind of cool.
I want to see one finally go over 20 miles an hour.
I know, it's a rare thing around these parts.
Do you have problems with the nighttime temperatures with glass curing?
So what we've been doing is running a propane heater in here before we leave, and we'll kind of heat it up pretty hot in here and then get out. And usually by the time it cools down in here, the glass is kicked. But good question. We haven't had to run any heaters overnight.
Make sure you triple check your hot water heater before the season starts. Don't want to repeat.
That was my worst nightmare. That was literally, you guys watched my worst. I can't even put that online. It was so, I mean, I can't. I show you guys the good, bad, and the ugly, man. Like, it's real life. It's reality. It's the way it happens. It ain't all rainbows and butterflies. It's tough. I mean, the crazy thing is, I even had a spare burner. It was just like, I think the water pump went up one day, and then the burner went up the next day, and I replaced the burner, and then another water pump went up or something. It was like, whatever it was like 4 or 5 days in a row. So then all that gear that we didn't get to, or we kept fishing, just had more and more time on it, and it didn't get fished, and it was in the worst time of the year. I mean, July and August are the worst month, my least favorite months of the year, because crabbing is so stinking hard. Everything's hot. And it hurts the crew. Crew quits. Generally around that time, guys start to quit because of the heat. Equipment always fails because of the heat. It's brutal. Crabs don't live well. It's brutal. But yes, I will be triple checking all of those things again.
When you first started crabbing, did you ever think this is gonna work?
Like crabbing? Like, I think crabbing was gonna work?
Yeah, I guess that. I think that's what they mean.
Not really. I mean, I was definitely the underdog, like, still kind of am, I guess, but definitely was. I mean, the guys I know now that when I started, they were all like, yeah, like they were betting against me. Luke has no shot. But I kind of like, I don't know. I've always kind of been, I don't know, sort of the underdog, I guess, in a way, but I was just kind of hell-bent on making it work one way or the other. I was going to go crabbing or die trying. I was going to make it work or die trying. It's kind of been my mentality in life. Make it happen or die trying. So kind of forced it to work. Glad I did.
It's kind of an interesting one because a lot of times crabbing is generational. What does your dad do for work?
So my dad is a psychiatrist. He lives up in Northwest Pennsylvania. And my stepdad, who I grew up with my mom and stepdad, he's a pastor.
This guy's very persistent. What's the largest wave you ever hit?
The one coming out of Barnegat Light. I have a video, one of my early YouTube videos when I brought the Weebo home from Barnegat Light, New Jersey. We went through a wave in the inlet that literally stood that boat straight up in the air, it felt like, and went straight back down. It was unbelievable. And to them, that's like just another day in the inlet. But to me, I was like, holy crap, everything in the cabin went whoosh. And we were straight staring at the sky and then staring at the sea. It was probably, I don't know how big it was, like an 8-foot roller or something. I mean, it was a monster, way above the bow of that thing, and she's tall.
I can't talk. You gonna use the same hot water system in the new boat, or actually set up a new one?
I mean, the one I have works great when it works. I mean, they all work great when they work. I'll probably use the same one. I know it pretty well. I can, you know. I like it. But I'm always open to ideas.
This guy basically wants to know, why don't you have air conditioning in the boat in the summer?
Don't make any money in the cabin. I mean, you don't want AC in the cabin. Everybody want to go sit in the cabin. If it's hot and nasty and miserable in the cabin, then everybody's out on the deck working.
Good t-shirt logo. Make it work or die trying.
Pretty much.
Did you ever do that trip back to the lighthouse? If so, never seen a follow-up.
Back to the lighthouse.
For the...
Oh, yeah, we did the tour and everything. Yeah.
Does CJ sell to market or customers directly?
He does a little bit of both. He sells mostly to market. I think this year he's trying to sell a little more straight to customer. I don't know what his plans are yet, but generally he's always sold to market and had a little bit of an out-of-the-house market as well. It's good to be able to have that so you can move what you got to when market gets tight.
There's a couple good ones I just saw.
Can't believe my phone ain't dead yet.
Yeah, if the live's over, his phone's dead. Come on, where'd they go? Are you going to post any videos of your flintlock hunt?
So I filmed a whole video doing it. The plan is to post it here soon. I hope it's content that you guys watch. I mean, my hunting videos, I try to make kind of less about the hunting and more about kind of the whole journey, the trip. Just because, you know, it's not hunting. As much as I would love to go make hunting videos, that would be amazing. It's not super, you know, it's a little out of the left field. So, yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to film the whole thing.
Why do you need hot water on the boat?
So we use hot water to kill all the growth on the crab pot. So the barnacles, the algae, the hair, the coral, all the things that grow on crab pots. Crabs like a clean trap. They don't want to trap up in anything dirty, despite what you would think. So the hot water kills all that kind of stuff. So we dip every pot every day.
That's a good one. How much is a crabbing license?
Totally depends. I heard a guy buy a 900 pot TFL with some rockfish quota for 30 grand the other day.
Because they don't make any more.
They don't make any more.
Yeah.
What's there is there. It's like a liquor license. You got to buy it private now. Can't get one from the state anymore. State will buy yours and terminate it, but they don't put any more out.
How tall are you?
5'7" is what my license says, but I may be 5'6.5", depending on who's asking.
I swear, there was a couple good ones here. Where were they?
Is there anybody watching anymore?
Yeah, there's about 3 people.
Good.
There's 872.
800 people?
Yeah,
Holy
800 people are
cow.
watching you yap. Why do you think I haven't gone home yet?
That's wild. Holy cow.
You disappeared for a couple of months, giving them what they want.
I know, I'm sorry.
Some footage of you sitting down.
I know, I've been standing for a while. I hope the phone doesn't die and we just like lose the live. Hopefully it posts to YouTube.
Oh, does it post to YouTube?
Yeah.
This guy said, you post it, we'll watch it. I guess that comes back to when you said, I don't know if they'll watch the musket.
Sweet.
stuff.
I appreciate it, guys. Seriously, I really do. It ain't easy making coming up with new ideas and all whatever. So I appreciate it.
What boat is this, Luke?
Desperado.
Are you selling the Southern Girl?
I'd rather not, but
think
we'll
it's good.
see. I don't know yet. We'll see. Certainly not selling it now.
He's gonna be buried in it. Just not
Yeah, I
selling
probably
it.
will be buried in that boat. It's gonna be the death of me.
Oh, that's something we haven't thought about. Will Molly's be selling your chips?
Yeah, actually, I just talked to them the other day. I think the Molly's Mart will be selling them. Hopefully, no promises, but.
Okay, I gotta find this one comment. Oh, what would you tell someone that wanted to quit their job and become a waterman? Should they ease into it or go full on?
Keep your job. I mean, I would say don't just jump into it. I always tell people, I say, go get a job with a captain and make sure it's what you want to do, because it ain't all, this like romanticized lifestyle that everybody kind of seems to think it is. Like, definitely go get a job on another boat and grind it out and go the extra mile. Like, go with them to market. Go with them to run crabs afterwards. Go with them to pick up bait. Go with them when they have to fix the boat. Go, go do everything with them, and because if you're gonna be a waterman, you want a crab, it ain't just showing up, going to work, and hitting the, getting in the truck and going home when you hit the dock. That's being a deckhand. If you're really gonna do it, it's a lifestyle.
This guy must know something I don't know. Will you move the crab stand boat to the new location? Do you have a new location I don't know about?
I don't have a new location. I mentioned that I'd like one of these
Okay.
days. Who knows? I don't know. Make another crab stand. We'll buy a skipjack. Put a skipjack in the ground.
Have any of the viewer suggestions of bait actually caught great numbers in the pots?
Not really. I mean, we've tried all kinds of different stuff people have suggested, and I haven't really found anything that's really knocked it out of the park yet, honestly. Strangely enough, you'd think with something would eventually work.
Has crabbing caused problems in your marriage?
Not really. She kind of knew. I mean, not really. She knew what she was getting into, kind of. It's a hard lifestyle. I don't. I give her credit for dealing with it, because it's a lifestyle. No vacation in the summer. It's like, all our friends are out on boats every weekend. We're slinging crabs at the crab stand. So.
What's your least favorite part about crabbing?
Probably, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what my least favorite part is.
There's too many to choose?
Yeah, right. I mean, being the boss is hard in a lot of ways. Being the one that you call the shots, and there's a lot of things to consider, and there's a lot of, that affects a lot of different things and people and whatever, and the shots you have to call. So, I don't know. It's a lot of responsibility, and you're also responsible for everybody on the boat.
What do you do when you can't get help?
If we have no help, we don't go. You know, you gotta have help to go. We've worked a lot of days shorthanded, and we just work harder. You just gotta pick up the slack. So it's not like it's any easier with less help. You know, we just gotta make it happen. We try to make it work.
All right, let's answer this part. A lot of people are saying that you need to get your boat fixed, get back to work.
Yeah.
This live started off as us doing fiberglass, turned into a Q&A.
Yeah. We did this a lot. We laid fiberglass live, and now we're doing a Q&A.
Are you happy with your progress on the Desperado so far?
I mean, I thought that we would be a lot further ahead, but now doing the work and understanding how much work it is, I am happy with the progress just because, I mean, we can't really do much more. Like I mean, obviously in the last hour we could have been laying another piece of fiberglass, but like between figuring out how it works, doing it, and also filming it and everything, I don't know how much, I couldn't really ask to be any further ahead. I wish we were, but I mean, it's not possible.
A lot of people are asking if they can help you. What is your opinion on that?
I mean, part of the problem with what we're doing now is that more help doesn't necessarily make it easier or faster. Like, you know, it's a tight spot, and you just kind of got to do it one piece at a time. So having a bunch of people probably wouldn't be super helpful, although I do appreciate the thought and the offer.
Any good finds under the floor?
Found about 1 million critters, crabs and oysters and things like that, and lots of bilge tools. Nothing super exciting. All kinds of junk. Actually, right where I'm standing, there's like some like grooves in the fiberglass from like tools and bolts and nuts that had just been sitting in the bilge for probably like 10 plus years, just vibrating little grooves in it. I can see like, it's like a fossilized imprint.
Oh, can you please tell Luke that he is my idol?
Oh, man.
Has Lindsay ever gone crabbing with you?
Oh, yeah. Lindsay's done her time on the boat. We should bring her back, make her crab this year.
What type of fiberglass do we use? This guy wants to know, he's planning on installing a bow thruster.
We're using polyester right now.
Yeah.
Your hull is probably made out of polyester, but you could use epoxy would be, if you don't have to do a big section, epoxy is easier.
Yeah. And the type of glass we're using is 1708 biax. Oh, you headed to the Sportsman Show in Harrisburg this week?
We were there last Saturday, so I'm not going back. Fair amount of travel and whatever, and we did our time at the Sportsman Show.
Can you add socks and hats to your merch with the Dora Lynn logo?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, you need
Socks and hats.
Any boat camping videos coming up?
Yes. Trying to think. It's all a blur. Yeah, I mean, I took a boat somewhere to camp, the leaky aluminum boat with the Yamabishi on it, and camped in a tarp. It was cold.
All right, here's another.
Not camping on the actual boat, though.
Cam the Man Inc. Is that Cam?
That's Cam.
Yeah. I want to see those motors I brought you up and running.
Oh yeah, Cam dropped off a couple old outboards in the
When?
back of the mule last week.
Oh. Okay.
I think it was like a Johnson Seahorse and something else.
Giving us
A
bad
game
ideas.
fisher or something.
Alright, this guy's persistent. Have you ever thought about paying someone to produce, I guess, edit your videos to free up time?
Yeah. I got somebody that edits the videos.
Just everything takes so long already. Just standing around watching glass dry.
Pretty much. Well, you have to factor in time to sit around and admire your work. I mean, if you don't do that, you ain't no crabber.
I'll answer this guy's question. He's asking about glass. Polyester isn't, he wasn't sure about. So yeah, if your boat's already fiberglass, polyester is fine to use. The only thing about using epoxy is once you use epoxy, you can't go back to polyester. Polyester stinks a lot more, smell-wise, but it is a lot cheaper. So, and this whole boat we are using polyester.
Yeah, we have a drum of resin, 55 gallons. We're gonna need another one.
How long does it take you to edit a video before you post?
Like hours to actually do it, or
I
like
think what they mean
timeline.
is like, if you shot something today, when would you expect to hop online, like be able to see it online?
It depends. I mean, some weeks we're literally hustling to shoot and get footage over to the editor to get it posted in a day. Right now, we're pretty far ahead, so we have some videos that I went and shot the last couple months and are in the pipeline right now. So it totally depends. I mean, we can shoot a video and have it edited in a couple days. It's not ideal. I like to have at least a week lead time before it goes out just to make sure it's right and whatever else, but can't always have that. Gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Do these live chats feel awkward for you?
Not really. I've done plenty of I mean, we did so much live streaming on the boat, crabbing and everything. It is what it is.
Man, this guy really wants to know what stuff he's stealing from the Southern Girl and put it on the Desperado.
Man, I don't know. A lot of ideas, that's for sure. Probably won't. I'll probably build all new gear. I'll probably build a new winder and everything because, like, all that kind of stuff, every boat I've had, I kind of build it around the boat. So I'll probably end up building new equipment.
This guy said answer Tyler. What's the oddest thing you caught while crabbing? Did you catch like an outboard or something at one time?
Yeah, I've caught a couple outboards actually, like that have got caught on the line. I've got probably 3 or 4 outboards. Nothing good, all total junk. But lots of fishing rods. Actually, like all my nicest fishing rods, I have like a couple St. Croix and stuff that came up on crab pots. Found a lot of nice fishing gear. Million fishing lures. Animal-wise, I caught some weird fish. There's a couple years there we were catching like a load of black sea bass, which is just very weird for this part of the bay. I've caught a lot of really cool seahorses, some different kind of puffer fish and burrfish. Nothing super crazy, nothing super crazy, but definitely some abnormal fish for the area. Spade fish, butterfish, things that just generally we don't get around here. But nothing insane. Snakehead fish, which is weird to catch in a crab pot. A couple different kinds of odd stingrays. I've caught a big giant mud crab, a 5-finger blacktip mud crab one time. CJ caught a mitten crab, which was pretty neat last year.
Person wants you to say hi to Aubrey from Texas.
Hi, Aubrey from Texas.
Oh, I like this one. You should take Riley back to Florida to catch another shark.
Hey man, we're going to Florida. Have a Florida trip planned to bug out before we get back to crabbing. And I think Riley might come down for a couple days, and we're gonna go try to catch another shark. That'd be sick. I gotta get bigger fishing rods. Like all my gear I have for is for fishing around here, and like last year I broke like 2 or 3 fishing rods. Like just the fish are big there.
Do you all still have sheep's head? Isn't that the fish? with the
Sheep's
teeth?
head? Yeah.
Yeah.
We see them occasionally. We don't really catch sheep's head this far up the bay. Further down the bay in Virginia and everything, they catch sheep's head pretty frequently.
This guy named Master Diesel Marine. Hey Luke, do you like your Cat 375 TA? Is that what you have in the Southern Grill?
Yeah.
What do you like?
3208.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I do like it. I get why people don't like them. It's a dinosaur. I mean, it's a super heavy motor, especially with the gear on it, for the power it makes. But I like it. Knock on wood, mine's been like pretty reliable. Obviously, they have old motor problems, but I like that I can work on it. You know, I can pull heads on that thing if I have to. I can do whatever. They're pretty simple. It's a big, giant iron pushrod V8. I hate the heat exchanger system. Like, that is a massive pain in the butt, and they chew up zincs bad. I get why people don't like them because they're I think they just make horsepower as a byproduct of noise. But hey, for me, you know what? I'm not going that fast. It's reliable and gets it done. Run all my hydraulics off it. I like it.
The chat has figured out if you just copy paste a question a million times, I might ask it. Now I'm just not going to. The whole thing is everyone just posts the same thing. Will you change the name of Desperado? Just because you guys ask it a million times, we'll probably just not name it at all.
Yeah, probably going to change the name.
Oh, okay. Only because this guy asked me a question. He asked me what happened to my jet boat. I sent her a little too hard, bud.
Yeah, Riley sent the jet boat a little hard and ripped a sheet of glass about that big off the side of it. So
It's coming back this year.
yeah, he's going to use all the leftover pieces from the Desperado to fix her.
Yeah, then I'll just record a video, post it to Luke's YouTube, and tell him, yeah, give me the profit for that so I can for the
fix the boat.
Okay. Saw you guys at Dobbins last year. Didn't want to say hi because I didn't want to bother you. Do you prefer to be left alone?
That's a good question. I mean, no. I mean, if you want to come say hi, like not be weird, that's cool. I mean, yeah, if you see me out, say hi. It's all good. I appreciate people watch. You know, I do really truly appreciate people considering my privacy and whatever, because we don't get a lot of time to like go do stuff like that. I think we were at Dobbins once last year, maybe twice. It depends on the situation. If I'm like, you know, sitting down at a restaurant, in the middle of eating dinner with my wife, you know, maybe not the best time to ask for a picture, although it's definitely happened about 1 million times. But, you know, hey, just out, you know, that's cool. Say hi. It's all good.
So I got to scroll through the constant repetitive questions. Jeez, you guys really were going ham on that question. Okay. Now it's 3 questions on repeat constantly.
Have we already answered those 3 questions?
Kinda. This guy's asked several times. He hasn't been annoying. What are your thoughts on shrimpers?
I don't know a ton of shrimpers, but they don't shrimp around here really. I think it's an industry that suffers greatly from seafood, you know, foreign seafood. I think the shrimping industry here could be a lot stronger if it wasn't, I don't know, as status quo to get shrimp from other countries. In terms of the fishery, I think I know what you're saying. You know, it's kind of a high-impact fishery, dragging, with probably a little more bycatch than other fisheries. I don't know enough about it to speak on it, really. I mean, I support U.S. fishermen, keeping the money in the country.
This guy want to know if I had a YouTube channel. Yes, I do. I have like 7 subscribers and no videos. If you can find it, you can subscribe. I I don't promote it. Alrighty. I'm starting to get cold. I don't know about you. I think we're wrapping it up here soon.
Yeah, we should wrap it up. How about 3 more questions?
3 more
this
questions,
is
okay.
6, but 3 more questions.
We plan on doing, we were 44 minutes it took to do the glass work, and now we're 161 minutes into.
Oh my
into
gosh.
research.
Holy
That's
crap.
2 hours straight of answering questions.
Well, hey man, that's what I get for freaking falling off for 2 months.
Yeah. I'm amazed with the friendship that you have with the guy at the back. Me too.
Yeah.
How close is this boat to being done?
30%, maybe.
I think, okay, so you said 30%.
I was trying to make myself feel better before.
You said 30% months ago, before we
trying to
started
make
grinding
myself feel
fiberglass,
better.
I was laughing. I think you might be correct this time.
Yeah.
I think the rest of it will go fast.
But it's not like, it's not linear, you know? It's not like, in terms of stages, 30%, I'd say, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's not a linear scale, because it's like some things take so much more time than others. But that's what's required to get to the next step.
And if you guys are wondering, the only reason that we aren't really working on it right now is because we're waiting for more glass.
Yeah, we have enough. We're going to do this other side, fix these strong backs, and then got to skim all these other forward ones, and then we're waiting on a glass delivery. We ordered what we thought was too much glass and too much resin, and now we need another pallet of glass and probably at least another drum of resin, if not more.
Can the shirts be bought and shipped to Australia? So quite a few other people have asked about like shipping internationally.
I honestly don't know. Dark Seas does all the fulfillment, so oddly enough, I get that question a lot. We must have a lot of viewers in Australia.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't know. Go click on the thing and try it. I wish I knew. I don't know.
if it lets you order it, then yeah. All right. So I guess we're on the last question now. We need something that's completely different than all the other ones. All right.
Got a good one?
I don't know. So many to decide from.
Well, the Australia one didn't count. Pick 2.
Okay. Is oyster raking a thing? That's not a question. That's me asking a question.
It's hand. Well, yeah. I mean, they call it hand tonging.
Well, the guy asked raking or tonging.
Tonging. They like
the same
bull
thing.
rake clams.
Okay.
They rake clams. They tong
Well,
oysters.
if you want to know which one, I guess which one would you prefer?
I mean, there's no clams to tong here, or no clams to rake here, so hand tonging, baby. That's how men do it.
I wouldn't consider that a question either, because that was me asking you a question.
Yeah.
Have you ever fished a pound net?
I've never fished a pound net. No, I haven't actually. Not a lot of guys up here do it, so I've pretty much just crabbed and patent tong.
Is your pontoon sunk? You have a pontoon boat?
The crab float.
Oh, that thing's always sinking.
It's got floating piers underneath of it, so it can't sink. It can only sink to a point,
Yeah.
which it has, yes.
All right. I'm trying to find one that isn't repetitive, like we haven't answered earlier, the completely new one. Okay, here's a good one. Why did you choose a dead rise?
Why did I choose a dead rise? I mean, dead rise is a traditional crabbing boat here in the Chesapeake, but yeah, I mean, I guess you could do it out of other things, but you know, over a skiff or something like that. I mean, A, dead rises are cool and good looking, and B, they're a big boat, very stable work platform that does not draw a lot of water, that you can haul a lot of weight with a lot of open deck space. So it's a really good option for commercial crabbing here in the bay. Hard chine boat.
All right, to finish off, I like the way this guy thinks. He wants to know if you can take me, as in Riley, to the Bahamas to spearfish.
Would I take Riley? I mean, I guess if I get to go, yeah, I guess I'll take Riley. I don't think Riley would want to spearfish though.
I would love to spearfish.
Well, heard it here first, folks.
All right, so I guess that's it.
All right, I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys want to see more live videos, I guess let me know. We could do more. The live was Riley's idea, actually, so I think it worked out good.
So give the people what they want.
I know. I appreciate all the questions and you watching us lay some glass. Tune in this Friday, 8 a.m. for a new video on the Desperado. Like I said, we are going back to a video a week. What else do we got kind of on the docket? We have potato chips that just launched, and we're trying to get those into stores. Also, go out to your local Harris Teeter if you're on the East Coast and buy the crab seasoning, which is the same stuff on the potato chips. Because, yeah, let me see these. Potato chips. These should be in your, hopefully in your local convenience store, grocery store, wherever. If they're not, then go and ask them to carry them. It'll make it easier for us to get them in there. Trying to diversify here, folks. Yeah, tune in. Video every week. Potato chips, crab seasoning is in Harris Teeters all up and down the East Coast as of this week, I think. And yeah, we got all kinds of cool stuff happening. So appreciate you guys watching, and you'll see us Friday 8 a.m. for the new video.